A long chapter in media history came to an unlikely close on Sunday night with a sale agreement for Time Inc., the publisher of once prestigious magazine titles like Time, Sports Illustrated, and People. The Meredith Corporation, the owner of Family Circle, Better Homes and Gardens, and other family-type magazines like that, agreed to purchase Time Inc. in an all-cash transaction valued at nearly $3 billion. Now, Iowa-based Meredith Corp also owns 17 local TV stations that reach 12 million U.S. households. So now they own all of those magazines, all of Time Inc.'s magazines. They own 17 television stations around the country. But here may be the most troubling part. The deal was made possible in part by an infusion of $650 million from the private equity arm of Charles and David Koch. That's right, the billionaire Koch brothers, known for using their wealth and political connections to advance so-called conservative causes. The Koch brothers now essentially own Time magazine. Meredith's president and chief operating officer, Tom Hardy, said this is a transformative transaction for Meredith Corp. Charles Koch, the chief executive of Koch Industries, and David Koch have long sought to shape political discourse through their support of nonprofit organizations, the New York Times notes, through nonprofits, through universities, through think tanks. But in the announcement of the deal, Meredith said that the private equity fund Koch Equity Development would not have a seat on Meredith's board of directors and would have no influence over Meredith's editorial or managerial operations. Do you believe that? Do you buy that? The Koch brothers bought Time magazine for $650 million, but they're going to have no editorial control over it whatsoever. I think I seem to remember Rupert Murdoch and saying something similar when they bought the Wall Street Journal, and you've seen how that has changed over the past, I don't know how many years. The spokesman for Koch Industries said the Kochs have no plans to take an active role in the expanded company. And they're just looking, they say, quote, "We're looking at deals across all sectors, all industries. This just happened to be one that made sense." The deal is expected to close in the first quarter of 2018, just in time for the midterm elections next year. Now, looking at Meredith's press release on this late last night, the president and chief operating officer said this is a transformative transaction for Meredith Corp. And follows a fiscal 2017 year in which we posted the highest revenue, profit, and earnings per share in our 115-year history. So in fiscal 2017, they made earnings and profits higher than ever in their 115-year history of being in existence. And they also say when you combine our strong local television business, which has grown operating profit 15% annually over the last 5 years, with the trusted multi-platform content creation of Meredith and Time, it creates a powerful media company serving consumers and advertisers alike. I might say serving advertisers, not so much consumers, but in any event, we now have a new, huge multimedia operation that is essentially, at least, owned in part by the Koch brothers.